Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I am William Morton, principal here at John Glenn High School. I welcome you this day for the John Glenn High School commencement ceremony. This commencement is being streamed live and can be watched later also on the website. I'd like to announce that after the recessional today that we're going to do something a little different because our exits are few. Seniors will be, of course, in the auxiliary gym, which is the gymnasium to our east. And parents and friends, you may exit not only this direction, but you may also, if you look this way, you will see seniors lined up. You may go through that hallway to the auxiliary gym so that the bottleneck traffic is a little less. And now, staying seated, would you please prepare for the processional of the John Glenn High School class of 2017.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Keegan Carrasco, the president of the class of 2017, and on behalf of John Glenn High School and the members of the senior class, we welcome you to our annual commencement ceremony. We are privileged to have all of you in attendance today to honor and recognize the class of 2017. Before today's program begins, the class of 2017 requests that the audience remain seated throughout the entire ceremony until the graduates have completed the recessional. Finally, we ask that you silence all cell phones and electronic devices in order to preserve an atmosphere of honor and respect. Now would you please stand and join us as the senior members of the combined choirs sing the national anthem.
Good afternoon and welcome again. My name is Christopher Winchell and I'm the Associate Principal here at John Glenn High School. At this time, I would like to take a moment to introduce the people sharing the stage on this day. Mr. Richard Reese, Superintendent of the John Glenn School Corporation. Mr. Jeffrey Johnson, President of the John Glenn School Board of Trustees. Mrs. Janice Ryan, Vice President of the John Glenn School Board. Mr. Dennis Holland, Secretary of the John Glenn School Board. Mr. William Groves, Member of the John Glenn School Board. Mr. Robert Borlick, Mr. Kurt Pletcher, Mr. Christian Maddox, all members of the John Glenn School Board of Trustees. Also, Mrs. Beth Schmeltz, John Glenn High School Guidance Counselor and sponsor of the class of 2017. Mrs. Sarah Rippey, Guidance Counselor, John Glenn High School. And Mrs. Patty Slough and Mrs. Kay Freehoff, both John Glenn High School teachers and sponsors of the class of 2017. To my left and scattered about this room are many teachers and staff members from John Glenn High School and the entire John Glenn School Corporation. And to the many of you who have come from near and far, we are especially glad to have you here today, and once again, we welcome you on this special occasion. Finally, I'd like to take a quick moment to identify the students in the senior class who have made the commitment to serve in the different branches of the United States military. Those of you who have made the choice to put your freedoms on hold so that you can go forth and defend the freedoms of this country, please stand at this moment and be recognized. Thank you for helping us recognize those students who have made that fantastic choice. We once again take this last moment here to congratulate the class of 2017 for placing an importance on hard work, dedication to academic studies, and dedication to community service. Thank you.
Congratulations to each one of you, all of you, the members of the class of 2017, for your fine achievements and your accomplishments. In a recent speech to some graduates, the former First Lady, Michelle Obama, said that because of the fact that challenges loom, you've got to embrace them. And you've got to try to do something about them. And do so by embracing someone you count on. Some of you have read a classic play called Our Town by Thornton Wilder. In the play, a young person named Emily has passed on. But then she's given the opportunity to go back home for a visit. Her town is Grover's Corner. She goes back for the visit, and then before she has to leave again, she says some very powerful words, and they are these. Goodbye. Goodbye, world. Goodbye, Grover's Corner. Goodbye, Mama and Papa. Oh, Earth, you are too wonderful for anyone to realize. Do human beings ever realize life while they have it, she said, while they live it? And then from the corner of the backstage, the stage manager answered her, and he said, no. But the saints and the poets do. And then Emily responds to the manager by saying, saints and poets? Who are they if not ordinary people like you and me? Like them, she says, the poets and the saints, we possess the power to paint the town, the power to shape the day, transfigure the day. You have painted the town of John Glenn High School. You have added special color because of your meaningful presence and because of your contributions. Every fall, some of your dads get together as a team of men, and they go out and they paint the field. And they, like you, create masterpieces. This school shines. Why does your school excel in so many areas? From academics to athletics to music to spelling to acting to the creative and writing. In a book like this, that is an award-winning book, there are just a few left. John Glenn is a stellar school because of its teamwork. That's the answer. Teamwork. From top to bottom, from bottom to top, the school students, the staff, the families, young and not so young, they pull each other along to successes. Members of our baseball team know that a sectional in almost the final game in the regional contest, as occurred last night, even through extra innings over at the Chicago-Indiana border, cannot occur without outstanding teamwork. We congratulate 7 or 8 seniors who are on that team and all members of the baseball team for representing us. Milo, we hope that you're stitched up today. You took quite a hit. This nation is great, even with all of its challenges. Why? Because of teamwork. You know, we're people who embrace the free enterprise system. We are capitalists. We like competition. But we're also people who do so much more than compete. We are people who cooperate. 2 very interesting words. Our history, our practices are a blend of competition on the one hand and cooperation on the other. That's American history. It's not one or the other. And bringing those in balance, both of those ideas in balance in your life, is the challenge for your future days. You're about to cross this finish line right here. There it is. How have you done it? How have most in the room, many in this room, how have they done it in years past? Solely on their own? Not at all. We've all done it. You will do it in a moment because of the help and the encouragement that have come from so many good people, your parents. Stand for a moment and acknowledge your parents. Would you, graduates? Would you please? And all of us. So your parents, your family members, your pals, your teachers, all of that is the result of teamwork. So yes, we celebrate the team. We celebrate the team called the Class of 2017, but we celebrate each one of you. And in a moment, we will cheer for each one of you individually. The billboard said it all that I saw this morning driving in at the corner of 31 and 6. Every one of you is a wonderful creation. So, this story of how to leave John Glenn High School and to commence on the new chapter of your life, I think is captured in what I share as we conclude here. The 2010 Olympic Games, of course, are a thing of the past. And the Olympics, what are they about? They're winning. They're about competing. They're about beating the opponent. They're about dominating the opposition. But there's another set of Olympic contests, and these are the Special Olympics. When you were 8 or 9 years old during the Special Olympics in Seattle, 9 special needs children lined up at the starting line to run a 100-yard dash. And at the sound of the starter, the kids all came out sprinting as fast as they could. However, one little boy in the middle of the pack stumbled and he fell down. The little boy began to cry because he was embarrassed, because he was disappointed. And the other 8 children running the race heard his cries, and they slowed down and they stopped. And they turned around and they walked back to him. A little girl with Down syndrome bent down to help the young boy up. And then she kissed him and she said, "Here, this will make it all better." And then in almost perfect unison, all 9 held hands and they walked together to the finish line. The crowd, at first dumbstruck, silent, they began after a moment to cheer, and they continued to cheer for a long time. What a story about teamwork. That's the way you are to commence. Together, living adult life by using your brains and then by extending compassion and help with phenomenal teamwork to a topsy-turvy world. There's no other reason. The lowest common denominator. There's no other reason, there's no other purpose for being here and for celebrating each one of you. When you say goodbye to your school this day and to each other, go forward. Go to this world joining hands like some of those fathers, and like Emily said, in our town, joining hands, ready to paint the town, the field, and the world. May God richly bless you forever and ever. John Glenn High School is pleased to announce the class of 2017 or 2017 valedictorian, Ms. Abby Hauser. Abby is Aubrey. I will blame it, Aubrey, on the baseball game. It was late. Come, Aubrey, if you would. Aubrey Hauser is the daughter of Jim, and Amy Hauser. Aubrey is a member of the National Honor Society, the League of Extraordinary Falcons, the First Edition and Rhythm Express show choirs, the theater company, the Spanish Club, the Spell Ball, the Falcon Fury, the Teen Advisory Board, class boards, her church youth group, and she is an excellent musician and violinist. Aubrey's GPA after 7 high school semesters, 4.337. Aubrey Hauser plans to attend St. Mary's College for the purpose of studying and majoring in physics. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm honored to present to you Miss Aubrey Hauser.
Graduation speech cliches. Everyone knows what they are. We've all heard them so many times, they've started to lose any meaning at all. While many of them originally had great advice and meaning behind them, they are now the ones we hear during the speeches and promptly forget days after. So before I get any farther, for those of you with bingo boards, I'm gonna help you out with a few right off the bat. Ready? The future is bright. Remember that one time in kindergarten? We've all been through some amazing times together. In Robert Frost's The Road Not Taken, during this year's election, I learned this is the beginning of the end. As we cross this stage together, this is your day. We've made it. Now that I've gotten the major ones out of the way, I would like to share with you a part of who I am that I have shaped over the past 13 years. A few years ago, I came across the group, the Piano Guys, who arranged popular songs for piano and cello. I was asked not too long ago to play one of their arrangements, 1,000 Years, originally by Christina Perri, and the melody has stuck with me. It reminds me to look forward and for the good in everything and to always choose happiness and kindness. I'd like to play it for you now. One last cliche. They always say save the best for last. So, we've made it this far, now go change the world.
Thank you, Aubrey. The John Glenn High School class of 2017, its salutatorian is awarded to Mr. Keegan Carrasco. Keegan, would you please join me? Keegan is the son of Robert Carrasco and Kathleen Long. Keegan is a member of the Rhythm Express Show Choir, the Theater Company, the League of Extraordinary Falcons, the National Honor Society, the Student Council, the class boards. He is the president of the senior class, as you noted, we're aware at the beginning. He's a member of the Student Council, the Falcon Fury, the French Club, cross-country team, and the track team. After 7 semesters here at John Glenn High School, Keegan's GPA is 4.24. He plans Keegan plans to attend Valparaiso University for the purpose of studying and majoring in chemistry. Ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor to present to you Mr. Keegan Carrasco.
I've always heard that senior year is different from every other grade, that it feels different, more real in a sense. I didn't realize what this meant until I got here. In my senior year, I've learned a lot of lessons about life, and my perspective has shifted a lot. I'd like to tell you some of the most important things I've learned. These are things that graduating seniors, underclassmen, and adults could all benefit from. But remember that I'm still young and don't claim to know everything about life. This is just what I've observed. I've recently been reading many books by Kurt Vonnegut, the author of Slaughterhouse-Five and Cat's Cradle. He has helped teach me something very important about life. I would summarize the lesson he teaches in all his books as this: the world is stupid and doesn't make much sense. But that's kind of funny, isn't it? Vonnegut's satirical and sarcastic way of looking at the world is the only way to look at the world if we want to stay sane. If you take everything too seriously, you'll be worried all the time, and you won't live in the present. You'll live in fear of the future. If you look at the world the way Kurt Vonnegut does, life is a little more manageable. Mr. Droder, one of the most influential people in my life, taught me that it's okay to be wrong. It's okay to confidently shout out the wrong answer in class, because without being wrong sometimes, we would never learn. If we never learn, we can never grow as people and become smarter. Oscar Wilde once said, "Experience is simply the name we give our mistakes." Some incredible scientific discoveries have happened by accident. Alexander Fleming left some infectious bacteria he was studying in his lab while he was on vacation. He returned to discover a fungus that had killed off all other bacteria around it. That fungus was what we now call penicillin. Percy Spencer walked in front of a magnetron, which is a vacuum tube used to generate microwaves, and noticed the chocolate bar in his pocket melted. He used that mistake to make the microwave oven. So it's okay to be wrong and to make mistakes because we can learn a lot from them. Another thing I've learned this year is the value of a moment and the way perspective plays into life in every situation. Many things are not as bad as we perceive them to be. Many things are better than we perceive them to be. One of the biggest steps in the pursuit of happiness is to appreciate the little moments. These are the moments you'll remember looking back, and the moments you'll miss. The little things that make you happy are the things that really matter in life. Though life as a whole may not always be wonderful, the moments can be. And we can find happiness by surrounding ourselves with people and things that give us those small moments of joy. Eventually, those moments may string together to form a happy life. John Wooden, a former basketball player and coach at UCLA, said, "It's the little things that are vital. Little things make big things happen." I encourage you to pay attention to the small things because all the small things add up and become our lives. I come back to Kurt Vonnegut. In a 1999 commencement speech at Agnes Scott College in Decatur, Georgia, Vonnegut described his uncle Alex as someone he looked up to when he was younger. I'll end with the following quotation from the end of Vonnegut's speech. "One of the things Uncle Alex found objectionable about human beings was that they so rarely notice it when they were happy. He himself did his best to acknowledge it when times were sweet. We could be drinking lemonade in the shade of an apple tree in the summertime, and Uncle Alex would interrupt the conversation to say, 'If this isn't nice, what is?' So I hope that you will do the same for the rest of your lives. When things are going sweetly and peacefully, please pause a moment and then say out loud, 'If this isn't nice, what is?'"
Members of the class of 2017, will you please prepare yourselves for graduation? Superintendent Reese, I present to you the membership of those meeting the requirements to graduate in this class of 2017.
Mr. Morton, I've examined the high school records of the members of the John Glenn class of 2017 and find that these students have completed the necessary local and state requirements for graduation from John Glenn High School. Mr. Johnson, President of the John Glenn School Corporation Board of Trustees, will award diplomas to the members of the class of 2017. I ask Mrs. Sarah Rippey and Mrs. Beth Smelth, John Glenn High School guidance counselors, to call the class roll.
Would the junior class marshals, Sean Carlin and Julia Adams, take their positions for the purpose of moving our seniors to graduation?
Just don't dump anything out of it. Okay, thank you, Mr. Martin. Yeah, is that good? Is that good enough? Yes. Is this good enough?
Aubrey Virginia Hauser. Keegan J. Carrasco. Brendan R. Coyonis. Haley Abri Buckmaster. Kelly Sue Freehoff. Ashley Nicole Sherman. Shelby Ann Vandal. Anna Marie Schmeltz. Grace Olivia Klopfenstein. Kiana Brooke Stoll. Nicholas Leon Adamson. Dakota Patrick Allen. Tyler Eugene Amore. Matthew B. Applegate. Cheyenne Lynn Auer. Austin Keith Awald. Evan Taylor Baker. Jordan Michael Ball. Brianne Amira Barden. Gabriel Ray Barden. Aubrey Lynn Bennett. Bryce Michael Burke. Mackenzie Gardner Bishop. Tess Ann Blado. Kimberly Jill Bowles. Grant Michael Ward Borsch. Hannah Marie Bostick. Zachary Ryan Bolds. Zachary Tyler Scott Brinkhoff. Emily Marie Brown. Kelsey Louise Bonnell. Jenna Ann Calhoun. Sailor Christine Canfield. Jeremiah Joseph Carney. Logan Xavier Christian Chastain. Dylan Alexander Coleman. Gavin Z. Collins. Nicole Jordan Conroy. Michaela Brianne Cox. Alicia K. Kripe. Liam Michael Cummins. Colton Riley Daly. Alexandra Marie Davis. Haley Elizabeth DeHoff. Louis Allen Delinsky. Anna Lynn Denny. Benjamin Michael Dickinson. Abigail Catherine Javietsky. Demi Morgan Ennis. Brooke Leanne Ernsberger. Kendra Vivian Evans. James L. Feitz. Courtney Michael Gann. Trey Dylan Gates. Dominic J. Geely. Jason Allen Gill, Jr. Dylan James Glennon. Lillian Evangeline Greathouse. William Charles Harness. Mason Wyatt Hatfield. Russell Benjamin Henry. Taylor Joseph Hill. Riley Robert Hockett. Abby Elizabeth Holdeman. Zachary Michael Honeycutt. Michaela Rose Jackson. Destiny Monique Jansen. Troy Allen Jerzakowski. Faith Noel Johnson. Morgan Elizabeth Johnson. Tyler Paul Johnson. Dylan Michael Jones. Jessica Lynn Keene. Matthew Eric Kuiper. Logan Hunter Keldson. Maxwell Reese Keller. Justin Edward King. Kayla Lynn Pauline King. Raven Sky King. Ryan David Kluzinski. Ethan Charles Kinez. Brianna Elizabeth Nisley. Cassidy L. Cobald. Adam Kuhajic. Michael James Kujowski.
Kirsten Nicole Lamphere. Derek Allen Latham. Justin Ryan Lead Jr. Bob Lee. Alexandra Nicole Lichtenberger. Summer Rose Lindsay. Emilio C. Lopez. Cameron Michael Thomas Luton. Clarine Patricia Malkowski. Lucas Paul Marshman. Sarah Grace McDonald. Jonathan Michael McGoy. Ashley Lynn McIntyre. Nicholas Colin McNeil. Isaac Cervantes Medina. Caitlin Jean Mers. Aaliyah Elaine Miller. Destiny Celine Miller. Rebecca Lynn Miller. Lucas Andrew Minnick. Courtney Lauren Nicole Moore. Jordan Alexander Morris. Abigail Ann Nyhart. Dakota Paul Nice. Colin Michael Ray Packer. Henry Charles Patterson. Emily Barbara Pecci. Milo Jean Petticord. Kayla L. Perry. Christian James Peterson. Daniel Nathan Pletcher. James Arthur Polinsky. Isaac David Pierogi. Ariane Elise Pullen. Becker Reardon. Mattie Ann Reese. Joseph Mackenzie Rhodes. Olivia Rose Rice. Noah Edward Runau. Joseph Bradley Rupert. Britley Joy Scott. Keegan Levi Shiflett. Hannah Marie Shreve. Loie Jane Elizabeth Simon. Cody James Snodgrass. Peter Jeffrey Wayne Stokely. Matthew James Strong. Samantha Joe Swatalski. Chelsea Ann Marie Tibbs. Emily Louise Toth. Caitlin Marie Toth. Christopher Robert Valentini. James Craig Van Overberg. Allison Sue Warner. Lane Scott Werner. Jacob David Reed Westifer. Emily Jo White. Faith Lynn Wright. Austin Dean Zellers.
Are we ready for this right now? Okay. Will the graduating students please stand? It is my pleasure, members of the John Glenn class of 2017, to declare you graduates of John Glenn High School. Congratulations.
It is my duty and honor as president of the class of 2017 to announce that we are now graduates of John Glenn High School. Will you please take your tassel with your right hand and move it to the left with me? This will signify our graduation from high school.
wanted to see him. Yeah.